we're going to go to the library's homepage. So I'm just going to go ahead and type in library.tamu-cc.edu. And once I'm here, you're going to see this is the library's homepage. Right here, front and center, is our quick search bar. So you will hear us reference to it. You'll hear myself and possibly some others, if you talk to other librarians, reference to the quick search. This is what we're talking about. It even says right there, get started with a quick search. That's going to be a big brunt of what this tutorial video is going to be about. So before I jump into that, I did want to point out a few other resources that we have for you. The next thing I want to show you are the research guides. So that's the second blue button right here. I'm going to click where it says research guides. These are like curated little mini websites. They're web pages that librarians have organized information to share with you. So I'm going to scroll down to education. And I'm going to click on that education research guide. This is just the general guide for education. There are a number of resources here on the education research guide. So this will help you for this class. It will help you for other classes within the realm of education. But what I wanted to point out to you today is over here on that left-hand menu, there is a button that says Find Articles. I'm going to click right there. And here you'll see a list of education research databases. So these are databases you can use to search specifically within the field of education. If we scroll down, we'll also see that there are some other databases available. So I did just want to point this out to you as a resource. If you find yourself wondering, okay, well, I know I want to search in a database, I'm just not sure which database to search in, this is a great place to start. Like I said, the most of what I'm going to show you today is going to be in the quick search database, or the quick search rather. But a lot of the techniques I will be talking about within that search feature are applicable to databases. So please keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and get started on that section of this video. So I'm just going to go back to the library's homepage. And we are here in the quick search. So if I click on that center box, I see some options pop out for me. I can start my search here and I can begin searching and having my fun, and I can start filtering. I usually don't like filtering until after I've conducted my search. The other thing I did want to point out to you is we talked about the Science Education Journal, but we couldn't search in it. Well, I want to show you how you can actually search specifically within that journal. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and ignore this pop down that happened, and I'm not even going to search in this top search bar. What I'm going to click on is this button right under that says, or this link that says more search options. So this is what we know as the advanced search page. It has a whole lot of other bells and whistles that we can use in our search efforts. So to get started, in this very first box, I'm going to go ahead and enter that journal title. So I'm going to enter Science Education. Now, I do know for a fact that this is the journal title or the publication title. So to the left of that search box is this drop-down menu that currently says All Fields. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to select, they do have an option for publication title, which this is, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. This gives me new options that say contains all words anywhere, any of these words, or exact match. I do know for a fact that this is the exact title, so I'm going to click on exact match. Now in this second search box, this is where I get to have fun, and I get to add my keywords. So I'm not going to add sentences. That's something to keep note of. Instead, I'm going to add terms that are related to my topic or the area of focus. So for this example, let's throw in theory of evolution. I'm going to put and. We can throw in Darwin. And I'll do and again. And I'm going to add, we'll do pre-kindergarten or preschool. So things to note, I did put quotation marks about around theory of evolution and pre-kindergarten. The reason I did that is oftentimes these searches will separate the words. So it would look for theory, it would look for of, and it would look for evolution as well, very separately. And I don't want it separated. This is a phrase that I'm searching for. I'm searching for the phrase theory of evolution. So I put the quotation marks to tell the search that this is a whole phrase that I need you to find. I went ahead and I put it with pre-kindergarten because it's hyphenated and I want to make sure it keeps that together. So that's why I did that. And of course, as just a reminder, those ands between these terms are going to limit my search. And it is telling the search that it needs to, whatever you send me or whatever you include in the results, need to have each of these elements within there. Now, pre-kindergarten and preschool, I separated with the word or. So this is going to actually expand the search. It's going to say, honestly, whatever you bring back, it could be pre-kindergarten or it could be preschool. These two words are interchangeable as far as I'm concerned. So that is another option you can include. Now, there is a drop-down menu next to this box as well. I'm going to leave it as all fields. All fields is a keyword search. It literally is just going to search everywhere. It will search the title, the abstract, the actual article itself. It'll search the tags for the article. It will search everything. So I'm just going to leave that as is. Now, the next thing that we can do is this assignment does require that the article you find is at least no older than 5 years. So we do have that option here. So I can just click on 5 years and it will populate my timeline for me. So I don't have to worry too much about that. So now that that's all set in place and done, I'm just going to go ahead and hit search. And so I received 27 results. That is a very feasible number for me to start kind of browsing through and looking. One thing I will point out is in this case, I guess because science education is it's a part of so many different titles, it actually did send me other titles that weren't just science education. While it also did give me some that are specifically from that science education journal. So one thing I will want to do, because I do want to make sure that what I'm looking at are peer-reviewed titles, over here on the left-hand side, you have filters. Now, I'm going to apply this. We went ahead and we searched for a specific publication title, but this is true. Let's say we weren't looking within a specific publication title. We were just doing a search. You can do this approach for just a general search as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on peer-reviewed only. And that took us down to 22. So there were a few titles that it sent my way that were not peer-reviewed or from peer-reviewed journals. So that's a good way to filter those titles out. So at this point, I can go ahead and I can start browsing through my results. If I received results that were in the thousands or even in the hundreds, and it was just a ridiculously high number, I do have these other filters that I can apply, such as subject area and subject headings. I would just simply click, and this works for both cases, on the More button. It will provide me a list, and I can check specifically what I'm looking for. So let's say I'm specifically looking for education, but I don't want anything related to religion. You don't have to exclude items. You don't have to select items. This is just another way that you can filter through the results. And after I select those, I would just hit apply. And so my result numbers are going to change with that and taking that into account. That's just another option for you. Subject headings are what I refer to as the tags of an article. So this is what, based on whoever tagged that article, this is what they say this article relates to. So these are just filters that you can use if you find yourself with a ridiculously large amount of results. And this will help kind of whittle down those results so it's a little more manageable. The other thing I did want to point out to you is specifically two of the tools located here. You see these little kind of grayed out items next to the results. The first one is a permanent link. Now, the reason I would take it from here and not from up here is because this URL at the very top of the page is very specific to this search session that I have going on right now. So if I tried to copy paste that later on, it would take me to an error page. The other tool I wanted to point out to you is these little quotation marks. If you hover over it, you can see it says cite this item. So if I click on that, I have this drop down menu option, and I can click on APA, which is the way you will be citing your sources. And there it is. It produces the APA citation for me. The thing I will remark, though, is that you are to be working with the 7th edition of APA citation styles, and this really doesn't specify to me whether this is the 6th edition, whether it's the 7th. I really am not too sure. The other thing, that aside, is that this is computer generated. So while computers are amazing in technology and computers help us so much, it can make mistakes, or they can make mistakes. So I always recommend that you double check the citations that you pull to another resource like Al Purdue, because that could help you make sure that your citation is correct. But they do have that here, meaning you don't have to build it entirely from scratch, which is a nice bonus. So I'm just going to click that out. I just wanted to show you those two features. With that said, I think that pretty much covers what I wanted to share with you today about the quick search process. Please feel free to review this video, pause, rewind, go over things. If you find that you're still having some difficulty, or that you have some questions still, or maybe you're even having trouble figuring out keywords to use for your search, that's what we're here for at the library. So on this page, you will see contact information for the Ask Us desk. This will take you or connect you with a graduate assistant or another librarian. You'll also see my direct contact information. If you want to reach out to me specifically, please feel free. You can email me your questions, or if you'd like to set up a one-on-one consultation, we can do that as well. I'm here for you, the librarians, the library staff. We're all here for you to help. So this video is here to kind of guide you part of the way, but if you find you need some more assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and call it a video, and wish you all well, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck with your assignment and with this semester, and many happy thoughts.